What questions should we be asking ourselves every morning when we wake up?
First of all, when I wake up in the morning, when I turn and get out of the bed, I generally get on the bed on my left side. I stand up, I put my hands up, and I just go into a sense of gratitude for being alive and awake. I'm just thankful that I exist, and that gratitude is not attached to anything. Like I'm not grateful that I have money. I'm grateful that I have just grateful.
Just being.
Just being. Wow. And then I surrender to life. I just surrender my life to life. Now, some people can call that God. You can call it love. You can call it whatever you want to call it. I just call it life. And then I say, what's my assignment? I ask, what's my assignment? And then I ask for the strength to do whatever my assignment is. So then that's how I wake up. Then I'll go sit and I'll meditate. And then I'll go to the gym. I'll come back and have a longer meditation. And then I'll ask, the question is determined by whatever I'm working on that day. So I knew I was coming to see you today. Got in the shower and I was just saying, how can I be a bright presence on Lewis's show today? How can I be an instrument of articulation and fluency and love and harmony? Let that happen, So I'll just live in that question. And then I'll let the question answer itself through me as we met at the door.
Yeah.
Hey, what's
Nice
going on,
hug.
man?
Yeah.
Like we knew each other for a long time.
Exactly.
And so there'll be a larger question, and then there's a question that's more pertinent for whatever's on my calendar that day. The larger question is always somewhere in the vantage point of how can I serve, how can I be an instrument of peace or love, or how can I reveal more prosperity in my life?
Yeah.
When
we are in flow and just everything is working, it's just like manifesting magic everywhere.
Right.
What questions should we be asking at that time?
You want to stay in the awareness of how does it get better than this?
Right. When it feels like this is too good to be true.
Yeah.
But everything is coming my way.
Yeah, but listen, life is infinite.
Yeah.
So wherever you are is a new starting point.
Yeah. That becomes the ground floor now, right?
So you don't want to relegate yourself and protect that particular spot. It's like, and you can ask that question whether things are going good or bad in your perception. If things are, things aren't working out, this plan isn't coming together, you can ask, how does it get better than this? You'll get an answer. If you're in flow, how does it get better than this? And then you stay on the edge of becoming. So you're walking in the state of being and becoming. You're very happy about who you are. The state of being, I'm grateful, I'm in love with the state of being that I am right now. I appreciate it, and I'm becoming. There's more to me, you see. So if we ask the question, how does it get better than this? The universe will answer it.
Yeah. I feel like, there's definitely some moments where I have breakdowns and challenges and struggles and things like that. But over the last 15, 17 years, I just feel like magic occurs.
Yeah.
Magic occurs.
You feel that way.
I feel,
I mean, your energy field is very big and it's very beautiful.
And I feel like when I reflect back and think on it, what are the things that I've been doing? It's the things you're talking about. Every day I'm expressing gratitude all the time. Yeah. When I wake up, I do a gratitude practice.
Yes.
When someone calls my cell phone and they get my voice message, I ask them what they're most grateful for and to share first with me before they ask what they want on the voicemail.
That's beautiful.
I'm just trying to evoke it out of people constantly. Okay. And at night, I'm always sharing what I'm most grateful for, whether I'm writing down or I'm sharing it with someone. So gratitude has always been a part of my life. Just because I came from a small town in Ohio and when things would happen, I was like, oh man, I'm so grateful for this. You know? The next thing I would focus on is really the vision of what I want to be, what I want to become. I'd focus on that vision, kind of what you were talking about before. Just where am I heading? Where am I going? At least where do I want to go? If there's a different plan for me, okay. But where am I going? And focusing on the direction as opposed to where I'm stuck.
Right.
What I'm lacking. And then the third thing that I really focus on is just joy.
Yes.
Being joy. Just when you came in, I was just open my arms, hey, good to see you. And I think when we reflect on those three things, gratitude, a vision of where we're going, and who we want to become, and being joyful, we start to attract and
That's the pocket.
and create magic, right?
That's it.
But sometimes we forget those things and we're stuck in our head or we're stuck in fear and anxiety, and
That's
it's hard
why
to create.
we call it a practice.
Yeah.
You know, you practice, and when you get off, you come back to the fundamentals. Just like an Olympic athlete. They get off, they come back to the fundamentals.
The warm-ups, yeah,
The warm-ups,
basics.
the steps, or whatever it is, whatever your particular area is, you come back to the fundamentals, and then you find yourself in flow. When you're not in flow, you come back to the fundamentals. Now, we've all heard the statement from certain parents, you know, if you don't stop crying, I'm gonna give you something to cry about.
Right.
You know, but the universe says, if you don't stop being grateful, I'm gonna give you something to be grateful for.
Wow.
You know, so it operates the same way. So you staying in that vibration of gratitude, the universe is looking for something to give you. Oh my God, if he doesn't stop being grateful, I'm gonna give him something really to be grateful for.
Wow.
You know, and it comes out of the blue, it comes out of your present paradigm. Like, wow, you didn't even see that coming, you know.
Wow. So let me get this clear. When you were a teenager, you changed churches, you left church for a while, is that right? Or were you always been
from the age of 16 to I was a senior at USC, so somewhere in my early 20s.
And so there was a stage where you didn't believe in God?
I wouldn't use the word God because the way people taught God was like a man in the sky, checking the list twice.
You didn't believe in that
No.
version of God?
No.
Yes.
And my thing was more affirmative values. You know, be a kind person.
Yeah.
Don't mess with people. Don't
Be
steal.
loving.
Be
Yeah.
loving.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't put that on any kind of religion. You know, and it wasn't until I had that. I tell you, I was when I moved back to LA from Atlanta, attending Morehouse College, I was a part of an organization that wanted to change the world by any means necessary. You know, it was a very revolutionary organization. And I was the propaganda commissioner for this organization.
Really?
Yeah. So I'm sitting, and we were closely aligned with the Black Panther Party, you know. And so I was sitting in this meeting.
Was this in the 70s? Or?
Yeah.
Wow.
70s. So I'm sitting in this meeting, and someone behind me said, if you were to take over the world tomorrow, would it be any different? So I turned around to see who said it, but there was nobody there. I know I heard it. So I'm in the meeting, and it says it again. If you were to take over the world tomorrow, would it be any different? But it was coming from inside of me. And I said, oh my God.
Wow.
So I looked around the room. This guy sitting next to me, I said, this guy's a big ego. He always thinks he's right. This person is very territorial. This person is always contentious. And I started looking around the room, and I realized, if we were to take over the world tomorrow, there'd be no change. So I left the meeting.
In the middle of the meeting or afterwards?
No, after the meeting I left.
Yeah.
Never came back. The next week at that meeting, somebody in that meeting shot somebody.
No way. In the meeting?
In the meeting!
No way.
They got into an argument. A guy pulled out a gun and shot somebody.
No way.
But I wasn't there to be a part of that legal, you know, situation.
Wow.
I enrolled into USC shortly after that. So I had taken a break from, and I remember going to USC, and but I hadn't had the awakening. That was the beginning of the awakening.
Right.
And then things began to happen. I started having visions. I started seeing things. I thought I was losing my mind. This was right at the beginning of transpersonal psychology.
Sure.
It wasn't popular the way it is now.
You're 21, 22.
Yeah, 23 years old, 22, 23. And then I had a lot of experience. I would leave my body all the time.
Wow.
But I didn't know what that was. Now we know it's astral traveling or lucid dreaming, you know. But back in those days, it was like, this was very new.
Right.
And so I started having this dream. And in this dream, these men were chasing me. 3 men. And every night, I would wake up right before they would get me. But every night, they were a little bit closer. So one of the things I did, I stopped smoking weed as a good college student. And I said, this must be cannabis sativas. All these experiences and dreams and visions. But they intensified. Everything got
When
more,
you stopped.
Yeah. More brilliant dreams, more visions. And I didn't tell anybody because I was a psychobiology major. So I'm in the psychology department. There's no way I'm going to tell my professor.
No.
I'm leaving my body.
You'll put you in a mental hospital.
Yeah. I'll tell you a story about that. But matter of fact, I had an internship program. I'll get back to the dream. And we had to go into the mental hospitals as a part of our internship program to work with the people there, write up, our diagnosis and give it to our professor, all of that. So I'm playing ping pong with this guy. He's in the mental institution. And we're talking, and I'm asking why he's there, and he's saying, well, I'm having these visions and dreams, and he's describing some of the stuff I'm going through.
Wow.
We're playing ping pong, and then I realized for the last 5 minutes, we haven't been talking. It was all telepathy.
No way.
Yeah. I put the ping pong paddle down and checked myself out of there. I said, I don't know what's going on with me. So, fast forward, I'm in this dream. 3 men are chasing me, and I say to myself, this is a dream. I'm not gonna force myself to wake up. I turned around, there was a small tent with all these people lined up to go into this tent. I mean, thousands of people. And I knew every single person in line. And I said, oh, these guys can't hurt me. My friends are with me. One by one, they turned their back on me. 2 men held me down, and another one plunged a knife in my heart.
Holy cow.
The pain was excruciating, physically and emotionally. And I screamed out, like a blood-curdling scream, and I died. And when I woke up, I could see the presence was everywhere. The beauty that's here is beyond description. The love that penetrated every cell of my being was beyond any love. I get emotional. Wow. Any love that you'll ever experience. The love of God just poured through my body. The light and the brilliance was everywhere. And everything was different. And from that moment on, I went on a path of discovery as to what had happened to me, and in the process of integrating that into my life.
Wow.
And then that's led me step by step by step into where I'm at today. It's if people could only see what's really here. But we have paradigm blindness. The perception is so small. Most people only see a fraction of reality. And it's their beliefs, it's their perceptions, it's what they've inherited from their parents, societal fantasies. When all of this is available, we only see this.
What is really here?
Is it the presence of abundance, infinite joy, beauty, love? Wow. Sometimes a sound effect we have to do.
To experience it, yeah.
It's just all here. And we're using so much energy to block it.
Why do we block this abundance of love and joy? And
the ego does not know the difference between transformation and annihilation. It doesn't know that outside of the known, in the realm of the unknown, there's so much good and so much power and so much abundance. It tries to eke its joy out of what's known, whereas our good is actually outside of the known. Matter of fact, it was Krishnamurti that had a book called Freedom from the Known. And I used to go see him live at Ojai every year because he was one that I could listen to, and I realized he was authentic. He knew. Yeah. I could just listen, I could look at him. And I can go to any spiritual community and I can tell you in 5 minutes if they know or if they know about it. There's a difference between knowing it and knowing about it. Knowing about it can motivate. Knowing it, it's different.
Different feeling, yeah.
Yeah. So Krishnamurti, I said, ooh, he knows. Yeah, but so, I don't know what question you asked me, but.
What is it? Why do we block the abundance of love?
Yeah, it's fear. We want to live, we want to basically.
Because it's uncertain, right?
It's uncertain.
Yeah,
we want to control our life within the realm of the known. The good is in the unknown. If I hadn't said yes to Agape, I wouldn't have known all the beautiful people I've met and the things I've got to experience. I had a chance to facilitate the synthesis dialogues with the Dalai Lama 4 times.
Crazy.
I got a chance to meet and give Nelson Mandela the Season for Nonviolence Award. I got a chance to hang out with Bishop Tutu as we were inducted into the Martin Luther King Order of Preachers. I got a chance to to run with and hang with Dick Gregory, you know what I mean? And so many beautiful people that have been a part of my life. I wouldn't have known any of that. You know, I got a chance to go to the United Nations and speak at special assemblies many times, but all of that would have been locked into potential. You know, and I don't share those things as brag. I just they're just part of my, get the chance to meet. It wasn't about me, it was about the people I got a chance to meet and hang out with. I wouldn't have met you.
Right.
You know, we wouldn't have been here. I'd have been on my couch or